when the commander in the field raised this issue that we are having a number of inmates and people. So, where you indicated that you provide a sample, because the minister also in time made a request that, okay, we have food, but we also have food for distribution elsewhere. And the UPDF therefore now support us with trust. And what we want to know, apart from the trust, did you get anything else from the Ministry of Arab? Maybe in terms of fuel in the truck, or you gave the truck, hopefully in this period as well.
Even on that, we need to find out the structure of Ministry of Defense and the hierarchy of our level of interaction. We get to know things, that's why you see the CDF is here. The permanent secretary is here. It's again, like I cannot call the division commander straight away and ask for information. So I will ask that the CDF, you have to respond to that, whether there was also additional, because that is not known to me. So it's not known to me that in addition to asking for parts, was there fuel facilitation or it was part with the fuel? And I believe the CDF has to find out from the command. If it may please you, this committee, then you can respond to that specifically after finding out.
Thank you, Chair. I also want to pay my colleagues, thank the Minister for very elaborate explanation. I just want to follow from the submission of the Minister, which I of course have this committee request that one, the initial question was again, how did the UPDF know that there was some maize somewhere available? Now that one would be answered by the Minister voluntarily give them maize that was available somewhere. And this discussion or this process of issuing this maize didn't have any formal request. And then the other thing that is also important to know is they were requested to distribute based on various allocations. But I should be the first to add that this maize, as we submitted earlier, is meant for school children in Tanzania. And the argument that is there is with the Mali program. It is the one that transports that maize from stores to the schools. In that particular event, I'm sure at one of the moments the schools were not open. So we want to know which were these locations that UPDF was supposed to distribute this maize. For those moments where the schools were not open. But the bigger picture is, if you can analyze, I want to draw the attention of people here to the issue of iron sheets. You know, the script is the same. The narrative is the same. I was told iron sheets are available. We were told the maize is available. By who? By the Minister of Karamoja Affairs. That's just the narrative. Of course, this informs definitely the assertion that what is this that creates that arbitrary, transaction from an institution of government? But it is always the one that informs the rest. There is maize, and then the issue is very informal and that sort of thing. That's where I want to draw the attention to this particular presentation. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Fadil, then,
thank you, Madam Chair. Last the man is Madam Chair, I just want to express the response of Honorable Minister, where he said there was no formal request by the DPD. So, Madam Speaker, I want to know from the Minister, was something you are doing so badly that you are supposed to get that hope? Or if this was meant for, if this image was meant for schools, then why did you enter in so much? Was it doing so badly that you are so bad work to an extent that you are supposed to be given an opportunity for this? And is it that something that come by your way as UPDF to just use it in any way you propose it? I thank you, Madam Chair.
thank you. Honorable Khan.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Once again, Toby Yaman is my name, Member of Parliament representing Moya. Honorable Chair, I see a mismatch in the statements that have been made here by the Minister and the Brigadier General. As far as the requests for these two items are concerned, the Brigadier General states very clearly that there has not been any formal request made to the Minister of our project for these new items. But the Minister just says the people have requested for these review items to feed the inmates. Now, here a statement has also been made that the Minister came to the fighting men headquarters to ask the UPDF to support them in the distribution of the relief items. It appears there is a lot of informalities in as far as the interactions between the UPDF and the Minister for California is concerned. Like you stated, Honorable Chair, the minutes of that meeting would have helped us to debunk the truth behind the alleged request by the UPDF to retrieve the items. I want to state here very clearly, Honorable Chair, that the informal interaction undermines issues of accountability and transparency. I think the Minister for Defense needs to come up very clearly, not needs to come clean with the letters alluding to these issues. Because without any formality, without any letter, without any minutes, we can assume that this was something that was not right and something that brings suspicion in as far as issues of accountability and transparency are concerned. These are good breeding grounds for irregularities and that must not be accepted. We need those letters to help us have very clear understanding of the interactions between the Ministry of California and the UPDF. And then finally, Honorable Chair, this is off this particular matter on the table. I wanted to find out from the Minister of Defense, beyond the resettlement of the reformed type of rustlers or warriors in California, the sustainability demands that are in place to ensure that these warriors don't collapse. So these are issues that were raised by the California parliamentary group and the leadership. And we need to have a word from the ministry here. I beg to submit on the agenda. Yes, the question is, beyond the resettlement of reformed cattle rustlers and warriors in California, what sustainability plans are in place to ensure that these warriors don't relax or these warriors don't get back to their actions of aggression in the community?
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also
also want to join my colleagues and ask some two questions. And first of all, I want to thank the minister of the team for the presentation. My question actually gets to the minister and the team. I personally know that the operation in Carolina definitely should be coordinated with the leadership within the district of Carolina. And in the course of eventuality of anything that will take place, the district leadership must get to understand and know. And I want to find out whether in the course of the transportation of the food, the relief that was given to the inmates, whether the district leadership were aware of that, whether your office, the UPDF office, get the reports and the information of the leadership of the district that the UPDF track and some relief will be protected to the inmates. I don't know whether they are aware. And then two, I also want to understand from you, normally when operation takes place, definitely you have a budget. There is normally a budget for operations. In case of any eventuality that will take place, yes, you go to your budget and then see where you can be able to get the logistics to support the operation there. And I was wondering, why do you hope to get the relief food to support the victims? That's well, taken in the course of the operations vis-a-vis the budget you have in it. That is what I want to find out. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Nancy.
Thank you, Madam Chair and colleagues, and I also want to thank the minister together with the team. Madam Chair and colleagues, I want to ask the Minister for Defense, together with this team, why they chose to use the trucks for use from the ministry. Why did they just choose to use the truck particularly for UPDF? Yes, there was an informal request from the commander to support the UPDF in Karamoja. That is one. And then two, I would also want to understand from the minister why it would be the UPDF themselves to go on ground and distribute food relief in schools or to the inmates instead of other stakeholders on ground. Why would it be the UPDF, especially where we know Karamoja is an hostile state? Where should we put the UPDF? And then lastly, Madam Chair and colleagues, I don't find something adding up. Much as the minister said, they didn't make a formal request, but I tend to think that in the verbal communication, they never made the verbal request, whether it is the commander in chief, the commander for the division in Moroto or Kotido. There would have been a small sitting with the stakeholders of the UPDF. So it would also be prudent enough for the ministry to bring for us this committee at least the minutes of those people who attended and how much quantity did they request, because it cannot just be from here that OPM through Minister Chitutu will provide maybe 100 bags or 50 bags. That means there was a projection from the UPDF fraternity, and that is why those releases were made. So you need to furnish us so that we are also keeping you clean out of this mess. I beg to submit that. I will thank you for your openness that there are certain days that UPDF did not receive the mess and the motion. That shows clarity. And we need to dig deeper, Madam Chair and colleagues. Where did those other food go that was used by the trucks of UPDF? Where was the destination? Who are those beneficiaries? And they have to answer it. Thank you. I beg to submit.
Thank you. By our rules of procedure, the petitioners can only give information but not participate fully in the interrogation of the witnesses or the suspects. So if you want to give information, that's okay, but now it is the committee to put full interrogation. Yes,
Thank you, Madam Chair.
are you giving information? You are the lead petitioner.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, to inform this committee that in the list, the police is also mentioned as to, I think the committee should also request for police whether they receive that food. Number two, I want to correct the statement from Honorable Alex and Moses, whose constituency the food stores are operated, that in the MOU signed between prisons of Karamoja, it is strictly the role of value program to sign out that food from the stores and take it to the children in primary schools. This is a very big anomaly now. Number three is that at that time, Madam Chair, we had a meeting at the CMI headquarters on the 21st of October 2021, and the issue of anger and the possibility of distributing this food to the districts, particularly Gabon, Kotido, Pastor came up, and it was decided that no, that was not the goal. We only gave authorization for 50 metric tons to Gabon and 10 to Kotido, and it will remain to Napata. Because, as you can see from the list, Madam Chair, people were dying in Ramadan. And that's what comments he asked and forgive. Who would you say? The people were dying or the inmates? And by that time, Madam Chair, was Salama awarded the disarmament exercise of taking inmates in that time when we were there and not yet started. So who are these inmates that the food was taken to free? I think the committee should also increase themselves in corroborating that. When did the launch of the summit happen? I mean, the Salama awarded, and how many inmates were in, so that it can justify the receipt of that food at judicial medical.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and the team, and recommend the Minister for his presentation. This page document. When we talk of food, we are talking about weight, not numbers. But the document I presented is talking of 590 bags. How heavy was each bag? It 1,000 kilograms, 100 kilograms, so that we can really get the total number of kilograms that was distributed, not just the bags. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, police, for the input. Honourable Minister, as we have already agreed, you will have to go back and give a submission on the specific issues which have not been responded to. We strongly believe the meeting you held with the minister, chaired by the minister, was a formal meeting. We strongly believe. So we need the minutes where you made the request from. And you clearly stated that it was the commander, the division commanders who made the request. And it was therefore a formal request. Meetings which are formal, everything remains formal. So we want the minutes, whether the minutes will show an informal thing, we will also trace. But we strongly believe there was a formal meeting where a request was made. So we need the minutes on our minister, but also we are concerned that you had the courage to ask food from Karamoja, where famine is so persistent. Was there no other alternative source from which we can get food? People were dying. People were really dying. So you need to prove that there was no any other alternative through which you could get some maize and which propelled you to ask food from the vulnerable region. The intention of the growing of the maize, Karamoja should feed Karamoja program, was intended to support the region, not to make food to move to other parts of the country. So we need that justification. Why we decided to ask food from the vulnerable region, which we were meant and we are still meant to support. Madam Minister, I request to give you the list of all the information we have about the maize transported using UPDF vehicles, so that you can use it to cross-check and advise us with the clear information to help us to have a good report. On the issue of the police, yes, we are going to invite the police. We also have other stakeholders to be invited. But on the issue of also the inmates, the Honourable Minister stated that there were 2,500, if I recorded it right, inmates. So he can provide for us the detailed aspect of the inmates on when they were there, the dates on which this food or maize was delivered to support them. But paramountly, our vehicles were used to deliver food on the request of Ministry of Karamoja, the Minister for Karamoja. We need evidence to that. You cannot just allow your vehicles to move without formal request. We are aware how strict your institution is. So we need evidence to that, and destinations where these items were delivered. So, Honourable Minister, we'll give you time to, yes, Honourable Sasaga.
The chair of the Procedural Bureau, given the submission is of the minister, noting the bags, the names, where they went, and at the end of it all, he said this good program was sanctioned by the minister of Karamoja Affairs. So I also believe the Karamoja Affairs, all the ministers for Karamoja Affairs, will be having a wealth of information concerning this food and distribution. So I was of the view that as the real player, they come back with the minister for Karamoja Affairs, who can also enrich us with more information concerning the distribution of this food.
Thank you. Today we shall have the Minister for Karamoja here. So we shall ask the same questions to her. So he will not come with the Minister for Karamoja, but the committee will ensure that the Minister responds to issues concerning her mandate. So, Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair and honorable members. The concerns about Karamoja are legitimate. This calls for thorough investigation as they do it, and we believe that the truth will be told. As I said, I'm not distancing myself from what I have indicated, but I just wanted the clarification to be made here clear that with regard to the Oweso, that's where I say the vehicle was used. And now that we are being told here, there was a memorandum of understanding, one food program was involved, these are all new information for us. which I believe will help us. So I am not sanctioning that all where the UPDF vehicles mentioned that they were used as transporters. But I came to give record, which you should interest yourself, that those are the ones that CMI, our investigative arm, Center of Military Intelligence, went on ground and investigated. And what they told us is what is appearing here. I don't think it was not a interministerial engagement. I want also to have that on the record. It was not interministerial engagement. If it was so, we would have how we engaged ourselves. It was the division commander down there and the relevant minister. So putting me to task to bring minutes, I'm afraid that you'll be asking me to spill water out of the rock, but I will try. I will try from what I'm seeing, and I need to be very candid with this committee, is that most of these things were formed. And the sanctions we are talking about could be oral sanctions and verbal communication. That is what, because if it was at our level as a ministry, we would have gotten a level of engagement. And as Honorable Alapa knows, the chairperson of APG knows that we've been meeting over these things together. But this one, I also got to know about it yesterday when I was being asked to come here today. And I'm a minister there. So, but also issues of food and transport and logistics. Those are matters that do not come to the purview of the minister ordinarily. So the field commanders. So I don't want the committee to say, I say that all where the vehicle appears, they ask for transport. I don't have that information in my, apart from the OWESO, the 60 bags. Secondly, I will take a note that you want to know how heavy were each bag. I think that is interesting. For us also, we only got about the bags. We are going to take it home to clarify. So the issue of location for delivery, we can only give location for delivery for the items 9 recorded before you. The rest, you should ask somebody else, not Minister of Defense. Because that one, we are not, nobody accounted for it. I don't want to invite you in the fishing expedition of, I want us to limit us to where our technical people have provided evidence. Because I see it is getting ugly and I have to jump up before Yes, I don't know what my technical people, you want to say something? Yes. So we shall go and assemble the use of the PDF packs. That's what I responded to. And yes, whether UPDF was, how badly was UPDF doing, the technical people here will tell us. Yeah, but it's really, it deserves us to even take this initiative to say this is was not well executed. So I want to state it the right way. That is not well executed, but we believe we shall give information. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister and the team. We still believe you will go back and make use of our table, the tables we gave you, where UPDF is appearing.
I'm giving the
we cannot exonerate you people at this point. We have to do more investigation. And our CID office, you have to take that up. Because we need to do a thorough investigation. And if it was a false information, then we will know how to report it. But for our minister, those officers at lower level are also supervised by you people from the headquarters. So if the information we are receiving is true, and we want the officers confirmed that the division commander made a request, it goes with the responsibilities. So you are the supervisors, we expect adequate information, and we believe latest Friday, we can be able to get this information that we want, including the minutes of that meeting. We want it. So with this, we are releasing you, but Friday, please submit the information to this. So
Do we have the liberty to just write and forward, or we are going to reappear?
No, you just write.
Oh.
Because you have already appeared. At this point, we are releasing you. We have now Minister for Finance. Please, Madam Minister, you are relieved with your team.
Madam Chair.
We have another team.
The minister is playing on our side for the day.
He is not playing, he has made commitments. Latest Friday, he's going to submit. Let's have finance on board. CID, do your work.